Okay, so throughout the ages, the sun has been looked to as a solar deity, deity meaning God. A deity or a god is a supernatural being considered divine or sacred. The Oxford Dictionary of English defines deity as a god or goddess, so male or female, or anything revered as divine. Please select an ancient civilization and discuss how the sun was a part of their society slash religion. You may select one of the civilizations. So we got Egyptians, Aztecs, Incas, Inuit, Mayan, Arabian, Hindu, Mesopotamian, Baltic, Celtic, Roman, and Greek. Today we will go with Aztec. So we're going to answer these questions right here. Let me zoom this in more. Do not copy and paste, automatically revert to 0. Okay, so it looks like you're going to write this on your own sheet of paper, or if you're doing this digitally. Let's get into it. So let me do black. Now let's answer these questions. Very straightforward. So what was the sun's deity's name? So what was the name that the Aztecs had? So first and foremost, we're choosing Aztec. And what was the name? Don't even ask me how to pronounce this, but the name that the Aztecs would call the sun is as follows: Huitzilopocchtli. Huitzilopochtli. Oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce that. But this was the sun's name in the Aztec language. What was the deity's role? So what role did the sun play? So in general, the role was kind of a identification of the people, because the Aztecs considered themselves people of the sun. They literally meant that. So it played quite a big role, a very significant one. Why was this deity important? So the Aztecs believed that the welfare and survival of the universe depended upon the offerings of blood and hearts to the sun. Boom. So we'll get into the sacrificing thing later. But why was the sun deity important? They believed that it was the welfare and the survival of the whole universe, that the sun gave pretty much life to everything, which they're not necessarily wrong. I mean, if you grow plants, you grow any crop, yourself as a human being, we all depend on the sun's energy in one way, shape, or another. So Aztecs greatly believed in that heavy impact that the sun had. But this would just be my answer to it. How did that influence impact the civilization? So Aztecs worshipped the sun, right? And they feared that it would disappear. So they feared it would disappear. So, just like many other pre-Columbian civilizations, they engaged in human sacrifice. Now, a bad thing that, due to certain people writing history, they think that, Aztecs were just savages and killing people for no reason, just every day on a daily basis. But it wasn't that barbaric. There was actual rituals. There was people that were chosen. There were people that volunteered. There were criminals that were sacrificed. So it wasn't just like we're just grabbing people and killing them on a daily basis just so the sun doesn't disappear. It wasn't like that. The meaning goes way deeper than that. So it was a part of their religious / sociological norm. So a picture representation if possible, definitely. So right here, as you can see, I'm pretty sure you've seen this before, the Aztec calendar, the dead center, I'm trying to put them, this is just like an old picture right here. The dead center is the sun itself, and this is the Aztec calendar that repeats itself. There used to be a whole like conspiracy that 2012 the calendar will end, but people forget that we're talking about an indigenous civilization. And just really quick, what shape is this? Circle, right? What do circles do? If you start here, you're going to end up back in the same place. They believe that certain patterns repeated themselves, so they didn't believe that there is a such thing as an end of the world. It's just it ended on 2012 and it continues all over again. So that's a good picture of the sun right here. Not the whole thing, just right here, dead center. Google it yourself. You can find that out. So just to reiterate some things, so the Aztecs worshiped the sun, feared that it would disappear if they didn't perform various rituals. Not just human sacrifices, they had other rituals as well. Just like many other pre-Columbian civilizations, they also engaged in human sacrifice. The name of the sun is this, don't ask me how to repeat that, Huitzilopochtli. The Aztecs called themselves the people of the sun, and they believed that the sun was, or the contingency of welfare and the very survival of the universe depended upon the offerings of blood and hearts to the sun. So they believe that the sun makes the world go round. So that's about it.